Okay, so let's get into it now. Starting items. You want to get started. This is a fairly standard starting item. Like this is a very safe starting item. Starting item build. Having you've got plenty of regen. You've got a good. You always need a stout shield on a melee hero, and you can pretty much just walk away. All you will walk all the way to the side camp before the creeps meet, and you can get your culling blade. So yeah,
Pull
this
my
is
shit.
poor man. Huh? No, culling blade.
Yeah, no, I went for combat this game, but like
You,
sometimes I
you,
go for my shield if I get the ring or something because it's just easy.
no,
But
you don't need poor man shield. The only time, so poor man shield on most heroes these days, most melee heroes these days, you want to get an abyssal later on, right? And
okay,
you want to get a vanguard pretty early as well on most heroes. Not Slark, but most heroes. If
yeah,
you go for a poor man shield, and you've just invested, this is 200 and 300. So you've just invested 500 goals in an item which you're going to sell later. So you're going to
okay.
get 250 back, and then you're going to buy another stout shield.
Shield, yeah, okay, yeah, I see.
So
Well,
basically,
the game didn't get to that point, so it's okay. But I don't think I upgraded it.
okay. No, what I mean is like you said that you do go for it. So what you need to do is just consider like, are you gonna go Vanguard? If you are gonna go Vanguard, then you need to not waste about. You're literally just throwing away around 350 gold into the
Yeah,
garbage because
yeah,
you're selling this and then you're gonna buy it again. So that's another 100 gold that you wasted.
yeah,
So it's just unfortunate you can't disassemble the poor man shield. But if
yeah. That
you,
would be handy.
yeah. So poor man shield, however, is a super requirement when um, you have heroes like Sand King in your against you in the lane, or other heroes who are gonna push out the lane constantly, and you're gonna find yourself underneath this tower most of the time trying to get
Yeah,
last hits because you're gonna be
okay,
tanking a shit ton of creeps. So in those
that makes
sort of
sense.
games, you do need the poor man shield. You need to upgrade the stout shield to a poor man shield early on. But most
Okay,
games you don't. Now, the other thing about starting items is that you need to know, you need to guess who is in your enemy team. I sort of God I saw Bloodseeker. What the hell is going on?
no,
All right,
I
it
think
must have
that's
been
what I did. Originally, I thought it was going to be a PA plus a bat rider, but then once I
okay.
saw it was bat rider, I think I went to the side shop and bought a magic stick.
All right. I don't know why you thought it was going to be a PA because looking at this, I initially thought it was a mid PA carry Luna, and then support. What's his name? Rubik with Pudge and Bet right in the offlane, or Pudge roaming. But this seems to be like a jungle PA. Either way, you thought that it was a PA plus Bat Rider in the lane, just because even if you thought it was just a Bat Rider, then you should not have gone for this item build. You really needed a magic stick to start off with.
That's the first thing I buy from the side shop. I
I
think.
think you really should have started off with a magic wand.
Okay, just my straight
Uh,
magic wand and like tangos.
straight magic wand. That gives you plenty of. If you thought it was going to be both of these guys, then you could have just started off with a straight up magic wand. If let's say there wasn't a PA or there was no chance of PA being in the lane, then you could have just started. You should have just started off with a magic stick because this guy, Bat Rider, is going to be throwing out candies,
Napalm. Yeah, yeah, all the
napalm,
time.
from minute one, from the very first second. So you want to be stacking up those stick charges. So you could have started off with similar to this, but one less. Not tangos, less. Instead of a salve, you should have started off with a what do you call it? Magic stick. Magic
Yeah,
stick, and you still
okay,
would have had 90 extra gold. So two more last hits, and you would have had a culling blade as well. And
yeah,
then you could have carried on with the regular stuff. So definitely you want to think about before you buy your starting items while in the picking stage, and you want to consider what is going to be in your lane, what are you going to be up against, are you going to have supports in your lane, etc, etc, etc. Now let's say you weren't going to have if you didn't think you were going to have supports in your lane, then you might have wanted to get more than um, two sets of region. Maybe you wanted to
yeah,
have three sets of region or something like that. So you want to be making active decisions on your items throughout the game, not just starting items. Starting items are possibly one of the most important items, but throughout the game, every single item you buy is extremely important. thinking about it is extremely important. You can't just be like, oh, Shadowblade on Slark. It's a common thing. I should just always go. No way, dude. Sometimes you want to go for Blink Dagger instead of Shadowblade. So you want to think actively about what items you want to buy. So
in this game, I wanted to go Silver Edge, so I wanted to make sure I got the Shadowblade.
oh yeah. No. I mean, I'm not saying like some like majority of the times or whatever. I'm just saying don't just go for the cookie cutter builds. You need to even for the cookie cutter builds. You should have a good understanding and reason for why a particular item is core on a particular hero, etc., etc., etc.
Okay, that makes sense.
Like
I missed
why?
a lot of blasters in this game because it was like the first time playing Slark in a long time.
I should have backed up a little bit. I haven't been. We've been talking too much. Like you need to know like why these items are important. For example, Shadowblade. Why do you think Shadowblade is so core on Slark?
In this game, I wanted to go Silver. That's the main reason I bought it. But Shadowblade's good because it gives you the good pick-off potential. Plus, you can like make them scared because you're not on the map whilst you're in Shadowblade. So they're going to be more like reluctant to go farm. So it reduces their farm potential, plus increases yours and your team.
Blink Dagger gives you pick-off potential as well.
It's more the scare factor because if you're invisible, they don't know where you are. Plus, if they've got wards, they don't see you. And then if they have got a sentry ward with it, then my Shadow Dance will go off. So I'll know I can't go there. Basically.
All right, close enough.
Plus the attack speed's very good on Slark. That's another reason. Just to get.
I mean, you don't get that much attack speed for that price. It's
30, but it's still something. That's the.
I mean, it's like what I mean is you need to know that okay, some items give you extra things, but you need to know why that particular item is being made on Slark. You're getting Shadowblade because you need to initiate on Slark is easy to lock. Fairly easy to lock down and burst down until you get those, big stat heavy items like Scotty. But until then, you're pretty easy to kill. Without a Shadowblade, they will see you coming. They will be able to lock you. They will able to lock you down and kill you. To avoid that, you will have to use Shadow Dance to initiate. Once you use Shadow Dance, however, to initiate,
you got nothing
sure, yeah, exactly. Then you can't escape. Even though you've got Pounce, you've got Dark Pact, you're a very slippery fish. But if you initiate with Shadow Dance, you will be trapped in unless your team comes in heavy. So Shadow Blade on Slark is mostly pick-off is great. It's fantastic. Sure, you get pick-offs, but it's mostly for weaving in and out of battle, being even more slippery to initiate. Those are the reasons.
And keeping your like HP up with the Shadow Dance.
But if you have somebody in the enemy team, someone like what's his name? God damn it, Beastmaster. If you have someone like a Beastmaster or someone else who's gonna have permanent a true sight of you, like a Night Stalker or something, who's always gonna buy gem at like 18 minutes, then Shadowblade might not be the best option. Then you might want to go for Blink Dagger because again, you're using the Blink Dagger to initiate, get some right clicks off, get some like decent damage off, and then when you think you're in trouble, then you use Shadow Dance, get some more damage in, and then jump out to be safe, and then initiate back in with with Blink Dagger and things like that.
So basically, all about like being elusive.
Yeah. No, well, the point I'm trying to make is that you need to make sure you know why you're making items. Like this is not good enough to say that it's what do you call it? Shadowblade gives me attack speed, and invisibility, so I'm gonna go. That's attack speed is bullshit. It's like you don't even think about the attack speed. You're not going for the. But you don't know.
It was just another reason. It wasn't really like the necessary reason.
Okay.
It was more about like the initiation and the scare factor. That's my reasoning behind it.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Now coming back to your right clicks, they are pretty abysmal at the moment.
I'm terrible. I'm left-handed, so it's kind of. I know it's a terrible excuse. But
you're left-handed.
When I'm about to do bomb matches, I practice my left hand. When I'm about to doing like last hit training, I'll just practice my left hand, and I really shouldn't do it. I don't know why I do it, but
wait. Do you play with your right hand or left hand?
I play with my right hand when I'm playing because I'm better on the keyboard with my left hand, but I'm terrible with my right hand basically. So yeah, that's kind of my problem. I'm terrible at clicking things. Like
why don't you get a left-handed mouse and play with your left hand?
I have an ambidextrous mouse, and I've always considered switching like right hand on the keyboard. But whenever I've looked at left-handed key bindings, it's just never like been anything I wanted. Like I didn't think it would suit me.
All
Basically.
right, all right. Now, a few things need to go back to you. I don't know what to say about the left hand issue, but regardless, it's about practice. Whether you're left-handed, right-handed, whatever hand you're using or a foot you're using, it's about practice, right? You played plenty of bot games. You should, and you've played plenty of like last set challenge games. It's a good thing you already know about it. I don't have to introduce you to it. So you need to have more last hits, especially as a carry. Your focus needs to be. It's fantastic that you guys managed to kill Batrider. It's not a big deal because you guys are in a tri-lane and you have extremely good kill potential on this guy, but you really need to have a higher last hit. Like this is not even 3K material right here. This is more along the 2K, like lower 2K
Yeah.
lines. Like it's not even like you're bad at it. It's just that you're ignoring it. Like going for this kill, the Batrider was literally full HP when you guys decided to go for the when you decided to go for the kill. You as a carry,
I saw you that position. That's the main reason I went for it. That was my thought behind it. Because
like
I thought we could get the kill. That was
I,
why I went for it.
I know what you're saying, but what I'm trying to tell you is that it wasn't worth it. You're
Okay.
missing right now. Right now, your movement is wrong. It would have been worth it, but hear me out. Your movement is wrong. You should not be going here right now. You should be preparing yourself for these creeps coming up coming up. Right.
Okay.
You know that these guys pulled the entire creep wave up here. You know for a fact that Batrider is going to go and contest them because he's Batrider. You don't give
Yeah.
a shit. You need to get this CS. That's the most important thing for you. You need to take the CS while these guys are going to are going to fight the Batrider, make him low, and once they are low, then you join in. Then you say, okay, we can get a kill. I don't need to waste too much CS. We can kill him. Now look at your gold right now. You're at 65 gold. You get the kill. You get 200. Well, about 200, 180 gold. Right? That's
Okay.
four creeps. That's four creeps. You missed 3 creeps to get that kill. You didn't have to miss 3 creeps to get that kill. You could have gotten the 3 creeps and you could have gotten the kill.
Okay.
So that's what I'm trying to say. Like your priority needs to be on getting last hits, getting CS, and then your team's priority, your supports' priority. And this is a very unusual game in the 3K bracket. You don't usually get 2 supports in a 3K bracket.
This is a 5-man party stack. That's why.
Okay, that's different then. But like in a regular solo pub, you're not gonna get this. There's no way you're gonna get this. And if you're doing things like these in a solo game, you are gonna be falling way behind. Especially on a hero like Slark, you really need to be farming super fast. You need your initiation item. What's it called? Whether it be a blink. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about the blink dagger from now on because it's a really rare situation. But you need your shadow blade. Extremely important. You need your shadow blade before this team starts running at you. And a very good counter to Slark is a team that runs at you pretty fairly quickly. Things like a Pudge, things like an Axe. Batrider even is a fairly good one. And basically, what you're trying to do is you're trying to make sure Slark doesn't get his first item really quickly. So you are actually shooting yourself in the foot by not farming fast enough. Getting a kill on Batrider isn't farming fast, isn't getting that goal quick enough. You need to really maximize your CS to be able to scale well or get that initial power spike that you so desperately need as Slark. Now, this is what you should be doing. What you should have been doing previously as well. Like you're making sure you get the CS, you bring it. You need to keep it.
I'm never sure if I should like bring it under tower or if I should not do. I know how to last it under tower. Just sometimes I completely mess it up, and especially in this game. This was my very first game that day, so that's another reason for the misclick.
Keeping it out of tower range is not to make sure that you last it
it's to keep the creep
properly. It's to prevent your wave from pushing out. So that's why you really need to keep it behind this or in front of this line. Make sure it doesn't fall underneath the tower because you don't want to give Batrider the free XP which he is getting right now. Like you guys killed him twice in the lane, but let's look at his levels. You are level 4. You are level 4 and Batrider is level 4. So getting those 2 kills on a Batrider, if I was the Batrider, I would happily trade away those kills for getting this much XP in the lane. Like, yes, you guys shut him down. No, I'm not even going to use that shut him down word, but yes, you guys did put him behind a little bit by killing him twice, but he's not that far behind. He's doing. He's got 4 minutes in. He's got his tranquil boots. It feels like he's the one who got 2 kills on you guys. Honestly.
Okay.
So you're not doing that well in like killing him. It didn't put you that far ahead. Now the other thing with the 3K bracket is that you need to be better than everybody else, right? You need to
that's what I want to be. That's my aim of coaching.
Yeah, you need to be better than everybody else. You need to be 1 versus 9 in this game. So what you need to focus on, and now this is an extremely bad habit once you get to about 4K, but this is a key habit to get you to 4K, and that is prioritize yourself. Put the most highest focus on yourself. Everything in this game should be about you. As far as you're concerned, you don't care about getting items which are good for the team. You don't care about making movements which are good for the team. You don't care about anything else. You need to make sure you become big. And getting that kill on the Bat Rider, you are actually focusing on shutting down the Bat Rider rather than focusing on getting big yourself. You don't get that much gold XP and all that, especially when 3 of you are sharing it. You don't get that much from getting that kill. Neither does your do your allies. Your team as a whole is doing better off because Bat Rider is falling behind. So if this was a high skill game, I would have been like, good job, dude. You killed Bat Rider, you shut him down, you put him further behind, but it doesn't really benefit you individually, like Slark out of the other 5 heroes. It doesn't really benefit you. So that's, once again, it comes back to you need to be farming more. You need to put more focus on your farm. If your team is going for the kill, then you should be greedier and you should be like, all right, I'm going to take this farm. I'm going to get I'm going to get all the CS. And if I see Bat Rider gets low, then I'm going to go and join in my allies, and I'm going to go and get the kill or try to get the kill, and etc. etc. Like right now, this is good job. I was like, you shouldn't.
I wasn't going to go with it. It's a middle push, so it's like a way higher level than me, so I didn't want to go for it.
Yeah,
I felt a little bit bad, like not helping him, but
this was a good decision right here.
And I know you had last week, so you just got level 6 from that kill. So
also at this point, first of all, you need to get like you've got 10 stick charges. You've got plenty of gold. You should get a magic wand sent out to you. It's extra stats. It's what do you call it? More charges. And right now you are full HP, nearly full mana, and you decide to pop 10 charges of your magic wand. So that is almost like not even like this. This item is completely useless on you right now.
Because that was one of the reasons I didn't upgrade, because I just felt it was like useless. Yeah. So I kept using it like unnecessarily. And I noticed this when I was doing it. I was like, oh, why am I doing this? And I just like, okay, go on.
Also, like again, you're sort of missing CS. Like no Bat Rider's Firefly is not on anymore. It's got
it wasn't that was sort of my fault there, because what I do is I click the ground next to the creep, and sometimes it works. Sometimes it normally works, but sometimes it just targets a random creep, and I'm like, oh shit.
No. What I mean is, right now, Bat Rider is not a danger to you, and instead of getting that CS, you ran away from him.
It was I couldn't see the bridge on the map. I was a bit scared in case he was next to, like, on the side of the lane.
Yeah, but you're not that afraid of Pudge because you can dark pack his stuff away, and he can't really slow you down that much. Okay, you didn't see him because he was.
No, he was invisible. Yeah.
All right.
That process kind of just because I couldn't see him on the map.
I mean, like, you're not that afraid of Pudge because of exactly this reason, that they actually can't really kill you. You pop yourself right now. You get full HP. You don't even need to use the sub because the guy's healing you. You're not using your stick properly because this was not the time to use stick. This was the time to use yourself, which was already here. Like right now, you should have used yourself. You should have saved these stick charges. You have 8 stick charges. You need them to, you need to maximize your stick usage. That's something
I normally don't play stick at all. That's probably why I'm like so bad at it, to be honest.
Stick is a really OP item. You really need to buy stick, like on most supports. Almost all supports, and on most heroes, even carries.
Okay.
Go back to farming, and we're gonna look at your 10-minute farm. I'm gonna give you this pulling the side camp. your team is already doing it, so you should already know that you should be able to pulling side camp. You should be
you
pulling.
do have to minimize the XP of the
No, no,
items
no,
from
no,
the
no,
dots.
no, no.
It's just
Like
small one. Right.
at this point, you're level 5. You've got 3 points in Dark Pact. So what you should be doing right now is you should be every single wave. You should be pushing it out using that. Okay, wait for level 6. Once you've got level 6, and this is
That's actually what I did. I pushed this lane out, then I went to the
all right.
jungle. And let's have Necrophos you get XP because he's.
All right. No, no, no. Okay, okay. Hold on. Let's wait till you get level 6 to explain it. You.
I should have been fun. I shouldn't.
Yeah.
I should have finished that wave and then came back because I would have been
Yeah.
level 6.
I mean, like, there's two things you need to consider right here. Firstly, you're farming that wave. Look back. Pudge is hitting your ally. Look back. Can you do anything there? Yes, you can. Okay, go in and help. No, you can't. Keep farming. Or is it really dangerous to even stay here and farm? Okay, TP out. These are the decisions that you should have made. But what you did, you didn't look to see if you could, or maybe you did look to see if you could help, but you definitely did realize that you can't help because you didn't actually go there. Instead, you just came around and lingered around here for a while. So this was obviously neither of the three options that I told you about. You just kind of wasted your farm there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think it's because I saw the Rubik. I was like, kind of scared in case he went on me as well.
Yeah, that was
one of the reasons why. I think I missed a pounce here because I didn't realize sticky napalm was such an issue. So this is what I'm about to say. Necrophos stick the lane and now go jungle.
You don't want to give the lane to Necro. You can actually take the lane farm and the jungle farm, and now you're level 6. What you should be doing is you should go into the. This movement is actually pretty bad. What you're doing right now, not even because you want to focus on yourself, but even in the higher skill brackets where you are about the team and you want to give your supports as much as they possibly can. Even then, this is horrible. What you should be doing is you should be pushing out every single wave that comes up with your Dark Pact. You're gonna easily take all 4 out of 4 CS, and then you come over to the jungle. By the time you get here, you will regen your full HP, and then you take your what you do is you look for 2 timings. You look for 23 and 53.
53.
Yeah, 53 and 23. And then what you do is you pull this large camp to the side. Preferably 53 because what happens at 53 is that it gets stacked. Yeah, it gets stacked, and then this entire creep wave is gonna take out your entire creep. This entire stack is gonna take out your entire creep wave, and you not only deny the enemy the XP. Yeah, but what happens is that while the creeps are killing while your creeps are killing the stack, these creeps from the enemy team are gonna come over here. You're gonna once again use Dark Pact. You're gonna clear these creeps out, and then you're gonna go back here and you're gonna farm up the double stack by yourself because most likely your creep wave will not have taken.
It'll be just like the 2 big creeps left or something.
Yeah. So right now, what you're doing is you're trading about 200 gold, and it's the same amount of XP for these lane creeps for really just like 1.5 creep wave. Like this gives you about, I believe, 70-ish gold, 70 to 80 gold barely. And this one
I messed up. Yeah, I used pounce instead of Dark Pact like a complete idiot.
Oh,
this is my first game. I completely messed up so many times.
no worries.
All the time.
And also, this creep camp does not give you that much either. Now, if you'd done the same thing, like if you'd gone to the jungle, taken this small creep camp and the large creep camp, it would have been almost equal to the wave. But the only issue is you don't actually need to sacrifice this wave for these 2 camps. You can actually, by the process that I told you, you can actually take this entire wave, take this large camp, move over, take this small camp, and be in time. Maybe you will have missed 1 creep or 2 creeps from the next wave, but you'll be able to get the other 2 creeps. So it's really like Slark is really good in that department. Secondly, going for what's it called, Iron Talon. When you jungle, you're not damaging the creeps with your right clicks. You're actually damaging majority of your damage is coming from Dark Pact. So what you really need is not an Iron Talon, but maybe another Salve. Because you're going to be using your Dark Pact a lot, yeah, and you're going to be tanking the creeps a lot. So, this actually doesn't really benefit you that much, and your use of thread switching is perfect.
I forgot to change prosperity here.
No, this is fine. This is fine. Keep it on strength threads at this time. because once again, you're not doing that much damage from your right clicks. You're doing damage from your Dark Pact, and keeping it on strength treads means you're taking less damage from the creeps. So you need to keep it on strength treads, not agility. Later on in the game, yeah, you can keep it on agility or what do you call it? Just leave them if you have plenty of items for mana regen and health regen. But otherwise, yeah, you want to keep it on strength treads because the majority of your damage is coming from Dark Pact, and you want to be regening up in time for the rest of the.
Okay, I thought it'd be like you switch to int to use the mana, and then you switch to strength, so once you lose the HP, you'd lose less, and then you switch to agi, so you right click on it. I thought that was.
Yeah, that is right now it is the right thing to do because you've gone Iron Talon, which was the wrong item to build because once again you don't want to be right clicking them for the majority of damage. You want to be getting the Dark Pact, but you also want to take the least amount of damage because they are going to be right clicking you between two. So a big camp, you need to use 2 charges of Dark Pact to clear out a big camp, and you're going to take a shit ton of damage between that time because this is a 6-second cooldown. You're taking a harass from these creeps for 6 seconds. Keeping it on agi treads is going to kill them at the same time. The time that you spend is going to be exactly the same. Because you are using 2 Dark Pact charges and you need to spend 7 seconds or 8 seconds almost. So it makes no sense to keep it on agi treads, taking more damage from the creeps. That means you're taking more time to get to the next creep wave because you have to heal up a little bit more. So that's why you want to keep it on strength treads. Anyway, carrying on.
Okay.
It's not
the idea of that was about to miss the fans because of the physical. He had one on him, I didn't turn quite enough. I missed it. But anyway, the reason I got Iron Talon is because Banana Sandwich Emma said for farming big creeps, you use the Iron Talon on the big creep, and then 1 Dark Pact's enough to kill the entire camp.
It was in his Slark guide?
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, I don't really play that much Slark. This is like my first game on this account, in a proper game as Slark. So.
Well, I've literally only gone Iron Talon once on a Slark. It didn't really give me that much. It was super underwhelming. It felt like a huge waste of gold. Slark's kit does allow him to do the same thing without having to need Iron Talon, and you're going for a mana item. That really doesn't make any sense. Why do you care if it's one?
When I watch back, I wish I'm okay with the Iron Talon. I don't think it's that bad, but I wish I picked the Backwaller, or even just the Basi, because I felt like I needed mana regen.
You could have you actually could have picked the Raindrops. It gives you more.
Yeah, I was forgetting about Raindrops.
It gives you more regen, mana regen. Basi and Aquila give you 0.6, and that gives you 0.9 almost. So it's quite a 30% more. It's a huge amount.
I was also about to TP because I think I could have TP'd up here and helped.
No, what you're doing is fine. You can't help. You literally can't TP anywhere and help because until you get your first key item, first core item, you literally can't do anything. And if you do something, then you're probably gonna go and die and just feed yourself and get further behind. So your movements around here, apart from the fact that you actually are not maximizing your farm by staying in the lane and taking the lane farm. Apart from that, you're still farming. You understand you need the farm. That's all perfectly fine. You are doing all that pretty well.
I think this is my first step, if I remember right.
Most people in your bracket, the mistake they make is that without having any items like right now, they will just start joining team fights because they'll feel like, oh, their team is falling behind, their team is dying, their team can't defend, and so what they'll do is they'll start joining team fights. That's the worst thing you can do. You need your first item as your job. If you are unable to get it, then there's.
Yeah, that was silly. I know it's like I know it's that's so stupid. I had nothing to transfer the aggro to. That was my issue. I was like, okay, it's really low, we can take it, and then we didn't take it in time, and I was like, shit.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna just skip that for now.
Yeah, that was. When I was I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
Okay.
So
but yeah, you could have gotten your Shadow Blade maybe 2 minutes earlier if you had just stayed in the lane, kept doing that thing that I told you, get the lane farm and get the jungle farm as well. But you sort of just went out into the into the jungle completely. All right, let's
So
move
here I'm just
on.
looking for a place if I can go anywhere before I TP or like jungle. I think I went
Sorry.
top because I knew there was going to be something happening.
Well, we're going to talk about that in a bit. So, want to talk about your lane for a while. Now, in your laning, first 10 minutes, your laning phase, well, let's say 15 minutes. For 15 minutes, your laning phase, you did a few things pretty well, but your fallbacks, your weaknesses there were, first of all, you didn't prioritize the farm too much, and secondly, your last setting was falling behind a little bit. Like 75 lasters really should be at the 10-minute mark, and Slark is one of those wonderful heroes who can actually get more farm than the 82, which is the lane creeps at
Yeah,
10 minutes is
10 minutes.
82. Yeah, but Slark can actually get more than that by utilizing the side camps pretty effectively. Now, one of the reasons why you were underleveled is because you were in a tri lane and your supports were leeching a lot from your lane. But regardless, you could have utilized the side farm plus the lane farm and
Yeah, like
gotten extra levels.
so the idea is like to do like a triangle. So you do that, you
Yeah.
do like the lane creeps, pull the hard camp, farm the hard camp, do the easy camp, then back to lane creeps. Is that sort of the
Well,
idea?
you wanna your main focus needs to be lane creeps. You need to keep an eye out on the timer. You don't want to find yourself walking to the small camp and start taking the small camp and suddenly
That's the
realize, oh
yeah.
god,
Okay. Okay.
the enemy creeps are at your tower and you're going to lose CS. You don't want to do that. So you want to focus on farming the lane creeps as much as possible. That's the most amount of gold. Now, apart from that, you got some decent kills. You got two kills on the Batrider. You played quite safe. You didn't feel like you wanted to jump in constantly near the big ganking Pudge. You're lucky that the Pudge ganked Necro, not you. But then again, they can't really gank you that effectively because you're just gonna run away and escape. So that's all pretty good. And also there was fights happening, and you didn't TP to the fights. That's all good as well. Many people in your bracket will actually TP out to save their allies, but that's the worst thing you can do. So your laning phase, main thing really was just the farm. You could have utilized the farm a little bit more. You could have been better at last inning. And apart from that, you played the early game pretty good, really well.
I would honestly say early game is like my strongest. So if that's any idea how bad I am later on,
That's good. That's good. Now we can know what you do. I was like, why is it so slow? Right, now you've got a Shadow Blade, but one thing you do need to keep in mind at the moment is that just because Slark has a Shadow Blade does not mean all you're going to start doing is going in and getting kills, looking for kills and things like that. That's absolutely the wrong sort of mentality and play. You still want to be farming. You still want to be farming quite heavily, but what it means is now you have the capability to get kills. Now you want to keep a TP with you all the time, maybe even two TPs just in case. You want to keep TPs on you all the time. If there is a possibility to TP in and get a kill, you want to go in, you want to use Shadow Blade, you want to get a kill, you want to get back out to farming. So also, you just have a Shadow Blade. It gives you absolutely no stats. It gives you no health at all. Your health is pretty abysmal. Your what do you call it? Your armor is pretty abysmal. You do take a shit ton of damage. Doesn't matter if you're elusive or not. If they lock you down, you will die pretty quickly. Um, so don't take any. It doesn't mean you take risks. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You want to get a kill,
yeah.
but you want to get a kill safely. Now, right here, you're the carry. Same goes for Alchemist as well. You guys should not be taking this tower right now. You will get the tower. The tower will die right here. But what you
Okay.
can do is you can maximize your farm, your gold, by
taking
actually
a small
farming.
camp in.
Yeah,
okay.
by actually farming while this happens. And if somebody thinks about TPing in, or somebody thinks about walking from around here, then you can actually just Shadow Blade, walk back out, and get the kill or assist in the kill or whatever. So getting this
My initial reasons for going on top was to go take that tower. I didn't expect the Alchemist to TP in.
your job is not to take towers. Slark does not take towers. That's not
Okay.
what you're supposed to do. You're a hero killer. You kill heroes. You don't push. You push lanes, but you don't really take towers. You're just a regular right click, not that much damage even. So you don't really care about taking towers. Now this is the time when you should have been useful. But you decided
I
for.
saw those lots of people. I thought it was just the PA, but then I saw Rubik and Luna, and I was like, oh crap, let's run.
Yeah, but you didn't have to run away. You had Shadow Blade, you had Dark Shadow Dance, you had full HP, you had some six charges. Like you really, this is not the time you should have ran away. You should have clicked like you see Luna right here. Yeah, you clicked her once, but then you saw Luna here. She's very much like sort of cornered or isolated is the word I want to use. So you could have actually just gone in, started right clicking Luna. If she runs away, you pounce on her, you force her to maybe use ulti, you force the other team to turn on you, take some pressure off your allies. Maybe Line wouldn't have died. Maybe you could have killed Luna if the team didn't come to help Luna. You could have done a shit ton of damage, and if suddenly they turn on you, you could have used Shadow Blade to run away, or you didn't even have to use Shadow Blade. You could have just kept right clicking, used Shadow Dance to do more damage, and then as soon as Shadow Dance is about to wear off, you use Shadow Blade to run away. You're playing way too defensively. You're most people in the
Yeah, I
three
picked
K
up,
bracket.
and I didn't. I was gonna go back in on the Rubik because I thought I had off HP. Then I was like, oh shit, got wards,
Uh,
and then I didn't get anything off my dead.
uh,
Yeah,
so most people in the 3K bracket, their problem is that they're super aggressive, but your issue is that you're actually
it's
wait.
because I'm like nervous about everything,
You're
basically.
sorry, what?
I'm nervous about everything. When it comes to playing Dota online, I get so nervous. Like I start shaking, I think I get anxiety and stuff. That's my
Yeah,
issue.
well, the thing is
That's why I
like,
don't play many games online because I'm always so nervous about it.
well, the only way to fix that, one of the ways to fix that is to play
Play
more,
more games. Yeah,
get more practice, get used to it.
that's what I was trying to do that night. I played like 8 more games that night or something. But
Uh,
after that, I just stopped playing because I had to sort out my
uh,
university for
Yeah,
this
and
the next week.
then the second thing is you need to address your issue. Like you need to well, not address your issue. You need to first figure out what the issue is. Why do you get nervous? Why do you get so nervous about it? Once you figure that out, then you need to address it. But I honestly think that you can just play more and more, and you'll find out that there's really nothing that. But I like what are you nervous about?
Life, to be honest.
Oh, life.
I was diagnosed with chronic anxiety like 3 years ago now. So that's part of my reason for being quite scared. But I've overcome quite a bit of it, but not fully.
Yeah, but this is just a game, though. Like,
I know. I used to get this problem whenever I played every single game I've ever played, though. I just don't enjoy playing solo, so I don't play that much solo. And whenever I play solo, it's against the computer because I don't know. It's just more calming for me, if that makes sense. I want to play more. Like whenever I wake up, I'm like, I have an edge to play Dota. I'm like, I want to play Dota. I want to play 5 games, and then I might play one. I'm like, okay, that's enough for the day. That's it.
well, I have a similar issue that I kind of wake up and I want to play a lot of games and I end up playing less. But my reasoning is because I actually literally get drained and tired and like my mind can't actually perform that well after a while. But you're talking about completely different things. So
I don't have that issue. I don't really get mentally tired at all. I get more
uh,
like I go to queue for the next game and I stop feeling like really tense and anxious. I'm like, no, I'll stop queuing and I'll go do
all
some
right, looks
mates and
like
stuff.
you need a psychologist, not a doctor.
I've been to those and they weren't fun, so I stopped going to those.
All right, but I think you should really just like try to like this is not life, right? This is simpler than life. This is just a game. You need to treat it like a game and not bring your anxiety into the game. This should be what where you go to escape your anxiety and escape all your life bullshit and all that. This is where you go to relax. And if this is not relaxing for you, then you need to quit Dota, dude. This is not like you don't need to add more to your anxiety. Like if I'm telling you to play ranked games and that's like getting you
No,
anxious, then don't do that.
I wanted. I'm not getting. I don't really feel that anxious now. But I feel before the session. Oh god, I was shaking, but now I feel okay. But
All right.
normally it's like when like queuing for a game, I feel like quite nervous, and then once I start like getting into the game, like the first like 2 3 minutes, maybe five
Yeah,
minutes,
yeah, but
I'll feel very nervous. But after that, I'll feel okay because I just relax. Uh,
what is it that makes you nervous? Like sometimes when I queue up for games, I get nervous because I get nervous about getting shitty teammates, like Russians mostly. I get
it's
nervous about losing MMR.
mainly my performance. If I don't feel I've played it, like okay, so I'm incredibly competitive. I used to play like professional Call of Duty when that was like 13, 14. I went to I-40, I think it was I-41, and
Hmm.
we came last. But I'm an incredibly competitive person, and I want to be the best at everything. everything I
Well,
do, I want to be the best. So whenever
if
I'm not the best, especially at Dota, whenever I know I'm shit, I get quite annoyed with myself, and then I get anxious.
well, tell me this. Tell me this. If you're competitive and you want to be the best, then how the hell are you going to be the best if you
I
don't
know that,
practice?
that's my problem.
So
That's one of the reasons why I want to coach, because I want to be able to like win my team's games and like, okay, I'm the best in this team. I'm the best in this team. I want to be the best in every single team I play, basically.
I have another student who is stuck in a very shitty low tier. He's a good player. Like all his skills are really, really, really high skilled. He's like mechanical wise, game knowledge wise, everything. But he's stuck in the lower shitty tier because of his tilt and anger issues. And like I've tried hard. He's got tons of coaching sessions from me, and all the while I'm really just trying to focus on his tilt issues. And like there's just so much you can do. Like how much can I teach you about Dota if your biggest issue is not related to Dota? You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah.
So if it's external, then you need to address it yourself. You need to make it a serious issue, and you need to actually realize that it is actually affecting your game performance to a huge degree, and you need to address it now. Social anxiety and being anxious and things like that. I don't know. I've never experienced it, so I can't relate to you. So I don't. For me, it's not a serious issue. For me, it's like simple. It's less like don't be anxious. You know, that's
I understand that. Like it's the
but
same. Like when people say they're depressed, I'm like, just don't be depressed.
just don't be depressed. Exactly. But obviously, when you're the one who is experiencing it, it's completely different. People
Yeah.
can't if somebody can't relate, then they can't relate. That's the end of the story. So yeah. So I don't know what you feel or how you can address it, but you're the one who needs to figure that out, because if it is the biggest issue, then coaching is not going to help that much, because I can only teach you, sir. Like right now, you can improve a shit ton. Like some of the things that you're doing have nothing to do with external factors. There's a literally, especially like your early game things, they're completely like on you to improve. And this thing right here that you messed up over here on this fight, this was not to do with being anxious or anything. It was just recognizing your potential. Like you have a lot
Yeah.
of elusive things. You just didn't really. You thought that there were five people. Yes, on most carries, the right thing to do was run away. But on Slark, because you have so many escape abilities, you could have done a lot of damage. Maybe you could have killed someone. Maybe you couldn't have. Maybe you could have all you could have done was take some pressure off of your team. That was enough. The fact of the matter is, you could have done something and you didn't do anything. That was the big mistake here.
Okay.
And I think you
Uh,
definitely could have killed
that,
Luna
that
though.
that's one of my issues. That's one of the issues I've like identified myself, like kill potential.
Yeah.
I played Lifesteal a while ago, and I had like a whole list of things that I could have done better. And I was like, kill potential. Oh, this is where I died because I forgot to use mistake. Anyway, like kill potential was one of the main ones. I was like, because I think I only ended up with like 5 kills or something, but we're still winning the game. But I watched it
Uh,
anyway, just to make sure. And I think about,
another
oh, sorry.
a mistake. All what you're saying is correct. Like you want to be thinking about kill potential and everything, but a small mistake right here. You see Pudge is going after this guy, right? And you just pop your invis. Now, Shadowblade has a duration of 14 seconds and a cooldown of 28 seconds, which is exactly half. Now,
Yeah,
if you use Shadowblade, initiate on the next person within like a few seconds, that means you are now visible. You're not invisible anymore, obviously, but now your cooldown on Shadowblade is literally half a minute, right?
yeah, okay.
So,
That's long
uh,
then before I can use it.
ideal situation is that you break Shadowblade at 13 seconds. You right click a person. You maybe use ulti. That means you're elusive for another 4 seconds, and then your Shadowblade comes back online. So another thing is that yeah, that's basically ideal situation. Right here, what you should have done, you used Shadowblade. That's fine. Now, what you should have done is you should have just waited here. Pudge is still charging forward. He's not going back. Standing
Okay.
here, you could have allowed more time for your Shadowblade to come back online. It's not even like Pudge
I could
has.
have also assessed the situation better.
Oh,
That's what I wish I could.
exactly, exactly. That's the main thing. You would have assessed the situation a lot better. You would have seen Batrider coming, and maybe instead of going on Pudge, you might have gone on Batrider,
Yeah,
because you
yeah.
do
Because
have. He's
he's
the
got blink
easier.
dagger, so I would have cancelled that. So
First of all,
the
that
main reason I use Shadow Blade though is because I saw Twitch had a lot of HP. And I thought,
Okay.
okay, I can take some of the HP off with the initial hit, like the 150 damage, because I know he's got
Uh,
low armor as well. So it's like, okay, like extra damage. I just realized I
well,
died to a Pudge not the Bat Rider Firefly.
yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe the stick wouldn't help me.
You died to the punch hook. Yeah, and that was like the most. That's like 400, 430.
It's not 360.
450, no, 360, right? That's the with the scepter. 360 pure damage. So that's a you're quite squishy as far as your HP is concerned. So yeah, you died to the punch. So as I was saying, like if you'd waited a little bit longer, you would have seen the Batrider. You would have initiated on the Batrider because he's the weaker target, and you would have been much safer off killing the Batrider, initiating or engaging the Batrider than anybody than Pudge.
Yeah.
Right, and then you keep looking at bot, and then you.
I used the wrong skill. It's just like I completely fucked up so many times on which hotkeys to use and stuff. Like my charge switching's all over the place. I used Shadow Blade there for absolutely no reason when I meant to use TP.
I mean, that's all fine. This is all practice. This is all what I can't keep telling you. Like you've been playing against bots a lot. The other thing with playing against bots is that they're they're bots. They're not humans. So you're not gonna get frustrated. You're not gonna. There's not the human random factor. Sometimes the human random stupid. All that. Like people make stupid plays. Things that bots will never do. But bots will always be, they'll always follow a script. They're programmed to do things. But with humans, it's random. You need to make split-second decisions, random decisions. You have to react to random shit, sometimes stupid shit. Sometimes somebody will start manning up on you who is 3 times as weak as you, and it's just a human thing. And if you are not used to that retardedness, then you might actually think, oh, he's going on me. He's actually stronger than me. You're gonna start running away. And you can like this is just
I think
dangerous.
that a lot of that, like a lot of my problems come from that, like playing bot games. And like, okay, I know I'm stronger than that person, or that person's stronger than me. And in the bot sense, they've got me, or they're chasing me, or whatever.
Yeah,
But in
yeah,
humans, like it's completely different. Maybe they run away even though they're like
absolutely, yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. But obviously, you want to know if you're stronger or not. But sometimes it is a very poker sort of game where you are trying to lie that, oh, I've got some other things up my sleeve, and the enemy has not looked at your items, and they underestimate you and things like that. So, or you haven't checked their items, because I noticed you haven't checked anybody's items this whole game.
No, I've been checking. If you watch.
Okay.
I checked the Rubik thing that he had bought. I checked the Batrider before he had Trample Flips.
You checked the Rubik after you saw that he placed a sentry, so then you checked afterwards if he's got a sentry, because he'd already once killed you with the sentry. So, but like,
I mean, like a bit before that actually.
Oh, okay, all right. I didn't notice much. Must have been speeding.
Like one of the things the other coach told me to do is like check people's items. So I've been trying to train myself to do that. But
all right. Well, like you need to be checking items on
like
every
right
single.
now I should be checking like anyone can see basically.
Well, yeah, definitely right now as well. But before you go on anybody, you need to check a few things. Like, do they have in the early game? Do they have fairy fire? Do they have sticks? Do they have stick charges? Do they have any like smoke, dust, true sight, like gems or? Sorry, that's not early game, but I'm just telling you not generally things like you need to look for these things, and then obviously item progressions and things like that. So. I want to go back into this team.
Hero is just like but obviously the budget's a complete wrong choice here.
Yeah, like you, as a carry, as any carry, you need to, or mid hero as a core.
I should be targeting like the weaker.
Well, you need to look at the enemy lineup, and you need to say okay, one two three four. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Who is your first priority, second priority, third priority, fourth priority, fifth priority? First person that you're gonna go on is Rubik by far. That's the first person you're gonna target. That's the first person you want to kill. And second person, who's the second person?
In this before or after I get my Silver Edge, because after Silver Edge, 100% PA.
After Silver Edge is number 1 is PA, definitely.
But
Rubik.
I'll go back right after Rubik.
I don't think so, because Batrider is constantly going to be. Batrider is going to have Firefly. He's constantly going to be burning. You're going to take unnecessary damage, and on top of that, he's got what's it called? No. Firefly can also evade you by going over cliffs and things like that. He's got what do you call it? Flame break. so he can make
Push you
you,
away. Yeah.
yeah, push you away, things like that. So Luna, on the other hand, has no escapability. She Until she turns her ulti on, she doesn't do that much damage to you. And as
Yeah.
soon as she turns her ulti on, you just ulti yourself, and you just sort of bait her ulti.
That
So
was actually the reason why I picked Slark, so I could get
oh,
away from
okay.
Luna early. Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely a good counter. But the thing is, like, you need to think about these things, especially your number one target. Often at times, after number one, number two will be the person who is closest or like the lowest health. So
Yeah.
that's fine. But number one has to be number one. Like, you have to decide: is there somebody in there that I always go on, regardless of the team fight? And most of the times, 99% of the times, the answer is yes. Like in this case, Rubik is by far the first person you go
Yeah.
on.
She's got
It's a
low HP, low
Yeah,
armor,
and
so
it's a
it's like
quick
really easy for.
yeah, and it's a quick kill for you.
Yes.
Remove it from 4v5 situation. So you want to wait in a team fight until you see Rubik, and then you want to go on Rubik. Now,
Okay.
right here, you do see Rubik. Rubik is right in front of you, and instead you go on Pudge. Now, if you had a stun, you went and stunned Pudge, I would have understood that because you want to obviously save your ally, stop his channeling.
My
But
logic's actually really bad. Why I went. I was like, okay, I can get essence stack, essence chip stacks.
you're gonna get essence shift
But
stacks from everything.
I know, but I was like, okay, like he's really tanky. I can get lots. That was my logic. And I was like, after when I watched this replay, I was like, this is really bad.
Yeah, I mean, like, comes back to playing more against people like yeah, like Rubik was in a horrible position. In bot games, Rubik might not have been in, like, a support is usually not in that position. Like, supports play in the back. So in higher skill games, that's going to be true as well. So it'll be easier for you to pick Rubik off as well. Sort of. In this particular situation, you really needed to go on the right target. Like getting essence stacks up. Like what you've got level one essence stack. Even if
Yeah,
you get
when
yeah,
about I watched the replay, I was like, yeah, that's the wrong choice.
yeah.
But if I ever watch like a Storm game in like a future coaching session, you'll see I do target my like targets a lot. I like aim my targets on like the weakest player. Like I think I played against the CN and I just constantly went in the CN like every single time.
All right, that's good. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I am
Like,
doing it normally. It's just this game I fucked up a lot.
wow, that is some huge sort of overkill right there, dude.
Yeah, I said that. I was like, why didn't you use? He just said, oh, I want to kill. Okay, whatever.
Okay. Anyway, now I like your general gameplay is really nice. Your understanding of the game's economy is really nice. You are farming constantly between, in the downtime. You're not like just constantly looking for kills without any reason at all. Right here, you do see the PA. I'm not sure why you are not going on the PA because
uh, did I see him because he might have had Blue active? I'm not sure if I actually saw him.
he's got what active?
Blur. He's in this.
Oh, she's in this. She's in this.
Okay, because
She's in this.
I hate the Blur interaction now. It's like really annoying.
Oh, get oh my god! Seriously, there's a double damage right here, and you don't get it. That could have been a 900 crit.
Uh, I
All
think
right, whatever.
I think I just die here. I can't remember. I think I got critted like twice.
Let's go and see what you are doing. And the other thing is, like, it's 24 minutes in. You should tell your team to put some wards up in the enemy jungle. If they don't comply, then you just get a ward yourself. You shadow blade in. You could put a ward up here. It's so super effective because anybody who comes in to farm here at this time in the game is probably going to be by themselves. So that 62 gold can turn into 300 gold by just getting a kill. So you should always have as a Slark, you should always have a ward over there like this. So
Yeah. Well, I know I sometimes just buy like random stuff on about some playing carry. Like this game, I even bought playing carry. So I do buy support things. I'm not really like, okay, I'm a carry. I can't buy wards. I can't buy anything. I'm not. I'm not like that sort of player. But like I messed up so many times. So now I was actually like saying we should get a ward today. I think it might have pinged it, but I
you
can't
played
remember.
this team fight pretty well. Previous team fights, you have not played well at all. You've made some pretty fatal mistakes, but this team fight, you played it pretty well. You were weaving in and out of battle. You were waiting for your cooldowns to come off. Well, waiting for your spells to come off cooldown, etc., etc., etc. But right here was not the time to go back to farming, especially not farming this far back. You see that your team is still wanting to push this. Um, okay, I thought there were three people, but it's just a Tiber, so never mind. That was Timbersail's mistake.
I noticed we should have. The reason I went back was I saw that we had 2 people dead, but I just realized they had 2 people dead as well. So probably I could have pushed the advantage. Plus,
Yeah,
I saw Luna at the bottom lane, so I was like, I'll go farm a jungle camp, go bottom lane, push it.
The thing is that in the 3K bracket, people don't understand taking objectives, and I'm not even going to talk to you or tell you that you should take objectives because sometimes it's just useless to teach people that because your team is not going to be pushing. But if you see that your team is pushing, then it's actually just a criminal not to push the towers with them. Like in this particular case, 2 people were dead. Your Timber was going in to kill another person. You should have been there with the Timber. You get the kill. Then you take the tower. This should have been. There should have been a free tower that you didn't take because you backed off the farmer side a medium camp. So you should have really focused a lot more. You should focus a little bit on pushing.
Normally, I am quite like a objective based player.
All right.
That's why I tend to pick more pushing carries like Tiny, more like Terrorblade and stuff. But
Okay.
this game was like, okay, I want to play Slark because I haven't played Slark in ages. So. But I know Slark's not good at pushing. That was one of the reasons why I didn't like force the pushes too much, but I still wanted to push a bit. Like I was telling my team, "Oh, let's smoke up, go bomb, awesome."
I mean, like at this point right here, you're literally in the middle, and you see that your entire team is up here. I mean, this is clearly like time to push, right? The enemy team, 2 people are dead. You guys can literally just walk over here, take this tower without having any sort of repercussions. The enemy team is not going to engage you, most likely. Even if they do, there's 4v5, 3v5, you will destroy them. So, and it's not even like this particular wave is almost at the tower that you have to defend the tower. There's absolutely no reason to go down here apart from just farming. And at this time in the game, you sort of want to take some more objectives. You want to start putting some more pressure on them because they've got I was about to say they've got 2 hard carries, but then you guys do have Alchemist as well, who is super slow at farming, and he's like a horrible player at the moment, I think.
I think he's a horrible player in general. Like I think he was the lowest MMR in our stock. I think he was like 2.2. But
you're sort of doing a split push job without having TP boots or without being somebody who actually takes towers really quickly. Like if you were a Terrorblade right now, or any other hero who does push towers really quickly, then this would have been the perfectly right move. Or if you were a Spectre or anybody who with a TP boots, then you could have done this as well. You could have TP'd in time to save your be part of the team fight with your allies, but you decide not to do either of those things. So that is something pretty bad. Like you should have been with your team.
Okay.
You're not tanky right now, but you've got some tankiness to yourself. You can
especially with like shadow dance.
Yeah. With your skill set plus your items. So.
I think I just ran here because I didn't want to fight versus 5.
Yeah, I mean you're just a super defensive player anyway, so.
Yeah, I want to learn how to be more aggressive. That's one thing I want to get out of coaching, especially if I'm playing mid. I want to learn how to play really aggressive.
Well, I don't know how you can learn being aggressive from coaching. It's really like something that you have to recognize on your own. Like I told you up there. Like you have to see what items you have. Are they on cooldown, off cooldown? You look at your skill set and things like that. Like do you have all your abilities off cooldown? Can you like how far can you stretch? Like it does come down to looking at the enemy lineup and seeing like do they have a Tide. Forget about Tidehunter. Do they have a Pudge? Does Pudge has his ulti on off cooldown? Does he have hook available? Does Luna have her ulti off cooldown? Like, what is there really that can lock you down and kill you? Like Batrider ult, Pudge ult. But if you are good with Slark, if you see them coming in, you can just you can just use Dark Pact in time and completely like. You want to be the one they ulti because then you can actually waste their ulti. Like you waste Batrider's ulti, it's like 60 seconds of like he's not going to be able to use his ult in the entire fight. He's pretty much almost useless. So it's without even killing a hero, you can actually make the fight almost 4v5 by just going in and baiting out Bat Rider's ult. So things like these you need to know, and you need to. That's what I mean when I say play aggressively. Yeah, yeah.
Well, my problem is that I really don't play Slark, so I'm not sure how aggressive I can be. That's so it's like probably an experience with the hero. Like I've played in the bot games, but obviously, like bot games is very different.
Yeah, definitely.
But like normally, I'll think about items, like what items I can get to prevent like them killing me. So say it's a pudge, like I want to buy a Lincoln Sphere so that he can't use his ultimate on me. Obviously with Slark it's a bit different because
I mean, your mechanical skill is pretty decent. Like you're doing the mechanical things pretty decently. You're quite efficient, especially for the 3K bracket. You're quite efficient, but it's just like you are not really. It comes back to the fact that you don't have much experience with the regular games because you're not really making those making those decisions that you should be making, and you're not reacting to the enemy people's movements and things like that. So like right now you should just stick with your team. There's all four of you here. Alchemist has TP boots. He can join anytime that he wants to, so you should just stick around here. You should wait for your team. You wait for
that's what I do. But we'll lose this fight pretty badly.
Well, does Alchemist join or not?
Well, he sort of says. I think he gets hooks and then dies straight away.
Right now you have Shadowblade, and I don't know if you've checked their items or not. If they've got sentries, they do have sentries. Either way,
I think at this point I just start presuming that they don't have sentries because Rubik was.
No, that's fine. Presuming that is fine. But what you want to do, you have Shadow Dance region like this. What's it called?
Yeah, Shadow Dance region. So you can see like.
Yeah, like you can turn Shadowblade on, and you can go and scout a little bit. Like this was a bad move right here. This was actually a really bad move.
That was okay. So what happened was like I was okay at first, and then I saw them. I think I didn't see the Luna in my reaction time, so that was the issue.
No. What I mean, the reason why this was bad is because you did see Luna was here, right? You don't know where the rest of their entire team is like out of vision. They obviously you guys have horrible wards. That's one thing, but like you see Bat Rider, you see Luna, you have no idea where they are. It's very safe to presume that they are all right here, right?
So what you should have. The Rubik was mid. That's why I went on it because I was like, okay, it's 4v5, we can win. So that was my logic. That was my reason straight away.
Well, it was 4v4 anyway.
Was it? Oh shit!
Yeah. It would have been 4v4 anyway because your Alchemist is down here. But Rubik has been. Let's see when did you see Rubik? You see Rubik right now, so it's going to take him a fair bit of time to get here. Either way, you didn't know if PA and Pudge were lurking around here or not. So what you should have done is you should have actually gone around. Use your Shadowblade, gone around here, scouted out a little bit. If you see PA, then you jump PA because, as we said, now your top priority is PA. You don't give a shit about Luna anymore. You need to kill PA first. If you are able to remove PA from a team fight, literally the game is over. Or rather, that team fight. Yeah. And I mean, like you can actually kill her quite easily as well. Like they don't have. If you notice, they have literally no AoE spells apart from. Pudge's hook, nothing to interrupt you in Shadow Dance. So once PA jumps on you or something else happens, like something that makes you use Shadow Dance, you can literally use those 4 seconds to kill PA, and you can actually kill PA in 4 seconds if you can lock her down with like pounce or something. So especially if your team is there. So making this sort of a move, now what you're doing is you're actually making your team commit to this particular kill. And you are doing this without knowledge or vision of where the enemy team is. And I bet you by the time this team fight is over, Rubik is going to be here as well.
He gets there eventually.
Yeah, he will eventually get there by the time this happens because you guys don't have, like, you have Super Burst in the Lion plus Necro, but you guys don't have more than one single target burst, so you don't have much like something like a Zeus or anything like that. So you're apart from Timbersaw, you're all like single target people. So you make your team commit to this. Like if you had actually gone over here and scouted a little bit, then you would have known what the positionings are, if Pudge is there or not, if it's just a PA there. If it's just a PA, then you all know that you can commit and you can quite easily kill the PA and things like that. But You guys all go on Luna, and you guys do kill Luna. But let's see what the health of each
Okay,
person is.
so Alchemist dies from behind the scene. The butcher's getting Alchemist right now.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, we don't care about Alchemist. Let's see what you are doing now. Like,
I'm
um,
gonna because everyone's on my
wait,
cooldown, so
how the hell did this happen?
uh,
When did you use your Shadow Dance?
I was on like 600 HP when I was there.
Oh, you used your Shadow Dance right here. I think this was a this was a mistake. You used your Shadow Dance pretty much to avoid getting ultied from Luna. You have to recognize that there are four of you here.
Yeah, okay. So
So
the heal's not
even
gonna hit me, but the
yeah,
likelihood's not so high.
it's not gonna hit you that much. That was not the good time to use your Glimpse Strike. As soon as you do kill Luna, yeah, you used it way too early. As soon as you do kill Luna, you will be low HP. You can just jump on the side if the situation calls for it. You can just jump on the side and wait there to regen up, or you can use or maybe PA by that time would have jumped in, and then you could have used Shadow Dance to get some right clicks off on PA. But you use Shadow Dance way too early to to get some more hits off on a person who four people were hitting anyway,
Yeah,
right? So even if you had actually instead of hitting Luna, you could have just jumped out, saved your Shadow Dance, brought yourself back up to full HP. Your team would have still lived. Luna would have still died. Actually, the Luna had a Necro's ulti on her. She was guaranteed dead anyway. So literally, you use Shadow Dance for what the hell is going on? For no big reason, for no good
yeah.
reason.
Okay,
So,
understood.
and then you died because of that. So,
Yeah,
wow, what should have been four kills for you guys ended up being.
yeah.
It all comes back to really going on the wrong target and using your skills slightly improperly. Like Bat Rider didn't even die. You guys went on Bat Rider. He didn't even. Did he die? He
No,
didn't die,
no,
did he?
no. He escaped with
Wow.
life.
How did he? How did he
He,
escape?
well, I got really low, so I backed off because I got scared. I thought I'd maybe survive because of vision, but then there was a creep wave, so I
Oh,
didn't
he
have
had
gold.
use. Like it once again, like he has use and force staff, and this is what I was saying. Like earlier on, like Bat Rider is super elusive. Like you, he's got loads of ways to like stop you from hitting him, and now he's got even more ways with the force staff and the use. He's got even more ways to kite you. So Bat Rider is obviously not the right kill. Like you guys wasted a lot. Like you used your Silver Edge on Bat Rider. Somebody who does not you're not breaking anything at all. Like even if you use Silver Edge on Pudge, it's something. But you use
Yeah,
Silver Edge on Bat Rider, completely wasted. So that's one entire item. This is like what 3,000, 4,000, no, 5,000 gold
five.
nearly.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that you completely wasted. And don't tell me you get 30 damage and 30 attack speed. That is worthless, right? That is maybe total of 1,000 gold worth of stats, which Slark doesn't even need that much. Like this is completely wasted gold that you used on a hero who, it's not really doing anything by using it on Batrider. So that again comes back to the fact that you didn't make the right decision by going into the jungle and scouting out. And again comes back to another thing that we discussed that you want to have priorities. Rubik was your first priority, and now because you have Silver Edge, now PA is your first priority. Until you see PA, you don't want to engage in a team fight, no matter what is happening. No matter what is happening, right?
I
If your
think one
team
of the
is
reasons why I used it like that when I did was because it was running out.
okay, yeah,
I think if you look, I had like maybe a second left on it.
yeah,
And I
but
was
then
like,
you should have just backed off instead of
yeah,
actually
uh,
engaging him. Because
yeah,
what you have to understand is if you at that point your team is right there with you. If you actually engage, you are forcing your team to commit as well. Right? There's no way your team is going to be smart enough to say like, no, we're just gonna let Slark do whatever he wants, and we're just gonna stay back. That's never going to happen. No way. They think you are a smart person, you engaged, whether or not they think you're a smart person or not. They see you've engaged, and then they feel the urge or they feel it necessary that they have to engage as well, which is obviously a very bad play on their part as well.
okay,
It's sort of like you've forced their hand. So
yeah, that makes sense.
let's skip forward a bit.
I always make pretty rough decisions. Maybe it's like inexperience or whatever. Just
I mean,
that's some of the things I want to improve on.
I
Like,
mean,
what
this is a very very common thing with carries in the 3K sub 4K bracket that they sort of rush in. You're the one of the highest net worth people in your team, and you just go in and die like that for no reason. You just jump in and initiate, and then you end up dying. Carries end up dying like that for no reason at all, and
yeah.
you just feed that entire net worth to the enemy team. So I think
I'll kind of put a
it's just
disclaimer out that I am mainly a support.
but just
Because
yeah, like just patience is
yeah, I know
really important, and
patience is a virtue thing.
yeah,